playing the saxophone. I mean, you're a young musician.
Yeah.
Is it something that you find people in South Africa don't know much about? I mean, we hear the popular music.
The instrument in particular?
Yeah, the instrument
Yeah.
and the kind of music they're going to hear, the sound they can get.
Yeah.
Do you find it hard to like get audiences to the show?
Well, funny enough, not in Cape Town.
Really?
I mean, Cape Town has been very receptive to that type of music, you know. And I mean, there's a lot of students that's coming up now. I mean,
Yeah.
the UCTs, you know, the CMIs, all those institutions. There's a lot of brilliant and talented young people playing the instrument and playing jazz. You know,
Yeah.
it's kind of good.
You know, I was actually speaking to a young lady earlier who studied jazz at the University of Cape Town. And I
Wow,
said,
yeah.
it's not every day you hear a student choosing to study jazz, but it seems like
Yeah.
more and more people
Yeah.
are really becoming interested in jazz, especially young musicians.
Exactly, yeah. And I mean, I run a project in the Delft community. It's also a rundown community. I mean, there's also a lot of gangsterism happening there. And I've been going in there and teaching the young kids to play these instruments and introducing jazz to them. Because they've always been just hearing the Miley Cyruses, you know, and,
Yeah, exactly.
and Justin Biebers and all that stuff, you know. But I mean, there is a lack of jazz in that areas, you know. So we're trying to get it in there.
Tell me about introducing jazz to these young children who probably have never
Yeah.
heard of music like this before.
Well, we introduce it to them like step by step, you know. You feed them with the theory first, the musical theory first, you know, build their foundation first, and then you take them into the practical of music, and you introduce them to these artists like Abdullah Ibrahim, like the Robert Jansons, even like the Zane Adams, you know, all these type of musicians that people don't normally talk about, you know. So we're trying to do that in those areas. Yeah.
What's it like for you to teach these kids about music and
Oh,
see
man.
them play an instrument and see them get that
It's-
same love that you have?
You know what happened? It's so heartwarming when you start teaching these young kids, when you see something from nothing happening to a couple of months, and you see them progress into these musicians, as if you can call it that, and then moving on to a next step and the next level and the next level, and you feel so proud to be a part of that, you know, that growth in that child, you know, because that's what the world and Cape Town in a whole, you know, kind of needs at the moment.
Why is jazz so popular in Cape Town?
I think it's the jazz city for me. I
Yeah.
think, you know, when I opened up my eyes, I could hear the Edelweiss, you know, those type of music. You know, I mean, the people have listened to Terry Pendergrass and all the other types of music,
Yeah.
but jazz was, I think, in the 70s it was very big. I don't know if you know the guys called Pacific Express.
Yeah.
Like Zane Adams, Robert Jansen, and all those guys. I mean, they introduced a type of music that was so popular back in the day, and it's still relevant now, you know. So, I mean, Cape Town, for me, it's a jazz capital.
Yeah. Where do you go to listen to some really great jazz?
Oh man, there's places like Swingers. When I just started out, you know, in the jazz music, I went to Swingers a lot. You know, you could hear some you know, Alvin Dice was there on a Monday night. It was crazy. I mean, Swingers, there was the G Spots and all those areas. There's a lot of areas where you can, you know, like the Mahogany Room. I don't know if they're still open, but the Mahogany Room was there,
Right.
where you can just go chill and listen to some nice jazz. Yeah.